Yes, start the stream. Oh, there we go. Ooh. Let us see here. Oh, good. So we are now recording live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Where are your Psijic Order? I just put them in the, that's why I got it dressed. I put them in the basket.
Ah, yes, the hilarious conversations had by families. It appears that we have a download this morning. So, maybe it's the patch that allows the Undaunted Festival to work. I hope so, because the Undaunted event got cancelled until further notice because it was actually causing people's login to not be able to happen. People were having trouble with logging in and actually playing the game because of the Cody issue with the event. So they disabled the event in order to solve the issue, because to them, people logging in and playing is more important than people performing an event. Which makes sense. You can't really do much if you're not able to log into the game. But that's enough of me babbling. Today, Waits in Mountains is going to take you on an epic journey through the next part of the Psijic Order questline. She is strategically positioned in the Flaming Nyx Deluxe Garret in Dishan to locate the Staff of Towers piece in the Fang Spires. I may or may not have taken her out to discover the Way Shrine points in Dishan at some point. But again and again, I've had so many characters and done so many different things on them that I literally do not remember if she is one who went with me.
My concern is that you'll wind up sitting there all day.
I'll go into town and scope out places to live.
And photograph them.
That probably.
Now, my parents are discussing in the other room what to do when they go to a specific location for a job interview. Dad's the one who has the interview, and Mom's the one who is taking him there via the truck. And he was concerned about her going with him because he didn't want her to be bored while he was getting interviewed. But she's like, it's okay, I'll just entertain myself. And I found that to be a very logical answer. That befits my mom. She tends to be very good at coming up with solutions to use her time. Alright, let's test my being able to speak over the internet. It says reconnecting to chat on my phone, but I do not know exactly how close to being connected it is. Hey, Mom.
I'm walking in naked. Here you go. Here's your mat.
Thank you.
Oh, they can't see me. I'm behind the thingy here.
The camera?
Yeah,
behind the little umbrella.
Unless you can see the umbrella for the light, they can't see
Oh,
me.
no, they can't see you at all.
It's still slightly damp, but you can put it down now. I would clean up the stain back there and vacuum it up and scrub it out.
Yeah.
And then put it all down so that way she can use it. Did she use the towel again?
She used the white puppy pad to urinate.
Woohoo! Puppy pads it is.
Uh-huh.
I'll buy more of them. Put them down. As long as she pees on those, that's a good thing.
I do not know if she will defecate on them, though.
We will find out when it happens. There's cat litter on that.
Actually, that is residual soap particles. I had that towel over this area.
I see. To help spot blot it up.
Yes.
I see. Okay, well, I'll leave you to your streaming now. Hello, everybody. Thank you for letting me be naked in the same room as you.
Welcome to our family.
You too close without me. Okay.
I don't know if you caught that, but she did a Super Troopers quote there. Ursula, I'm naked! Where the captain is saying that.
That restaurant you like with all the funny pictures on the wall?
And now there's a round of Super Troopers quotes going on. Anyway, yeah, the intricacies of potty training a newly acquired family member. She used to be a barn cat, but then the person who was with her died, and the relatives of the person who was with her picked up her from the person's farm and took them with them to the area where we live. And then they promptly got angry with her and kept locking her out of the house outside. Now, we do have a stray cat population in the area, but it still gets cold enough to snow here. So, Mom and I noticed that she was not going inside the house, and that her fur was dirty in spite of her fastidious grooming habits. Therefore, we assumed that she was not being admitted into her house. Thus, we decided to take her in as shelter from the cold for a night. And then she got introduced to our family after that. We let her outside in the morning when she was ready to go. And, to see if the family who originally had her was going to take her back into their house, but they didn't. So, when they didn't take her back into their house, we thought, you know what? That's a pretty big sign right there. A sign that she is now an abandoned cat. And so we decided to keep her with us because we love cats. Alrighty then, let's see what we've got in here. A Northern Elsewhere treasure map. Let's see if I have any other treasure maps. I do not. There is no sense in me being in this general looking at the chest when there's nothing to put in it. I was going to do something, but I completely forgot what. Oh yes, I remember now that I think it was 2 nights ago, I looked up online and discovered a build for necromancer healers that is for PvP. One thing I have learned about pretty much any MMO, to be perfectly frank, if your character can handle other players, it's almost guaranteed that they can handle the PvE content. Because dealing with other players is much, much, much harder than dealing with PvE. Now, frankly, I tend to prefer the non-battleground version of PvP, sorry. Let's look at near Fang Spires. Let's see if... Aha! That's the wrong zone. I am not in Bangkorai, I am in Dishan. That's the history that it's pointing me to. There is Fang Spires, and I don't have anything discovered on this character in this zone. Which does make sense, she's relatively new.
Speak to me before entering Mournhold, citizen.
So, it is now time for me to go out and discover some things and obtain some fat loots. I have never noticed this little thing until now. Oh yes, the werewolf's confession. It's about a werewolf who ends up in a village absolutely fucking ravenous. And he eats people because, well, he's ravenous and he's a werewolf. Werewolves are able to prey upon other humanoids. But then, once he comes out of his sort of werewolfing hunger stupor, he feels remorse. I guess he was under a pack leader that was like, humans are food, we shall devour them. And then he realizes, wait a minute, that's kind of fucked up. I don't want to be a person who just devours other people because someone else told me they were food. See, what I do with all of my werewolf characters, who no doubt are facing the same kind of moral dilemma, is I make sure that when I devour, it is a entity that is dangerous to me, like, say, a worm cultist, or a bandit, or a very powerful animal that I just happen to have killed. Oh look, here's a book about the Psijic Order. The Old Ways, it is called. Hello, Apollo. You are avidly sniffing the, mat that Mom brought in recently. Find the tear near Fang Spires. And do try to avoid the ghosts, they are homicidal. Oh, and the giant snakes too. They're chaotic hungry. Ooh, ghost! It sounds like my family is watching Klaus while I am doing my work. I'm actually not surprised by this. Usually, as a family, we watch Klaus in the morning, and then we do whatever it is we need to do that day for the rest of the day. In my case, I need to do the stream, which I rather like doing. Oh, look, Scroll of 8. Serpent, Darkness, Devourer, Dreamer, Silence, Light, Death, Revert. These are the 8 sacred aspects of the ghost snake. Each contains a truth, a lie, and a mystery that entwines upon itself, forever undulating like the coils of the great serpent. Ghost snake, accept our humble offering. It sounds like this is a prayer to Sithis. The architecture is Argonian in build, and the Argonians
a lot of transliminal dead residue here.
are known
Must be
to
the fish.
worship
Did you know
Sithis.
fish experience 37 different varieties of fear? That's why they always look surprised.
Oh, there's a Psijic portal. Delightful. I now have fat boots as a result of my prying around. And you follow these sort of splay rays of light around. When you see another one, you follow it in the general direction. They're not spaced very far apart, so it isn't like archaeology in World of Warcraft, where you go sort of just herpaderping everywhere in the zone around the dig site, and you just pray that you accidentally blunderfuck onto finding the right spot. Even when you choose to dig, and it shows you an indicator of where you are supposed to be looking. Sort of. Vaguely-ish. Aha! There's the next spot. I am so grateful that these bog rats are non-aggressive, because that interruption would suck. You'll notice that it's not always in the middle ray that you find your next target. Sometimes you find it in one of the outer rays or a middle ray, which I think is a nice bit of flavor. You really do just have to look for the rays themselves before you're able to really do anything and actually find the fragment of the Staff of Towers that we're looking for. This time, there are few interruptions on our path to collecting 4 fragments of the Staff of Towers. Ah yes, dense earth. That is a good place to check when you're looking for a piece.
Warcrass. Oh, this one's a puzzler, mate. If a numeral created the Staff of Towers in the first era, how do you know about a tower the dwarves hadn't made yet? Ow! Brain explosion!
I bet you can hear my brain exploding. So, an archmage named Enumeril created this staff, huh? And then it got loose and caused a dragon break, which was a serious time linear disruption that lasted for for most of 1,000 years. Well, that's some crazy shit right there. I've actually decided that I will permit myself to curse because I have marked my channel on YouTube as not suitable for kids per the new law of, well, lawfulness. They have this new child privacy act type thing where you have to not only make sure that any kids featured in your film, kids being defined as a person under the age of 13, are like allowed to be there by their own consent and by their parents' consent, because by American law, kids under the age of 13, actually anyone under the age of 18 for that matter, are not permitted to supply their own consent without a parent or guardian being involved in the consenting process. So, I'm going to avoid this Drez farmstead, because even though I won't get a bounty for killing the Drez, it's still kind of annoying, and it's a bit of a distraction. Anyway, the new law. The, COPA is the shortened name for it. It does regulate the ability for one to feature kids in a film that they make, which I thought that was just part of the regular law, to be honest, child labor laws and all that. But they also force you now to state whether your channel is made for kids. And I was like, well, what do you mean made for kids? Like, I do a video game content stream on Twitch, and I have no idea if there are small children playing this game or not. Last I looked up the demographics on the Elder Scrolls Online, the people mostly playing it were anywhere between 18 and 60 plus. Like, there was a fair swath of 18 to 25-year-olds, which is my age, actually. I'm actually 26 now. But most of the people playing this game are like between 30 and such. So I don't know if they're like those 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds have kids under the age of 13 that also play their account or something, which would seem kind of logical to me, but I don't exactly make my content for kids. I mean, I don't expect them never to ever see my content, but I also don't expect to literally push it onto kids. That's what I'm trying to say here, is that my content is technically in a kind of gray area according to this law. So, when I looked up the guidelines they have for, is your content made for kids? They said if the content was an interesting subject to children, which a video game might well fall under that category. I don't know if Elder Scrolls Online itself would, but I know that video games in general appeal to kids. Because, well, when I was a kid, it did appeal to me. And also, if it's marketing targeted at kids, and no, my marketing's not really targeted at kids. My marketing's targeted at whoever wants to watch it. So my idea with this whole thing, the new law, is that my content, while not made specifically for kids, may well end up sort of splashing onto kids. Because it's just like that. The mud tree mine. I don't think I want to deal with that, even if it does come out on the other side. So I've got this road up here. It looks like this topography is what I need to get to. And it might be reachable, or it might not. So, yeah. Monomyth, the heart of the world. Oh, cool. I found a Breton kitchen table. Okay, that is not where I need to go. And I don't want to deal with those kaburi right now. So yeah, the new COPA laws are, well, frankly kind of onerous, because they also have changed their terms of service. YouTube has. Their terms of service now say that if you are attempting to get monetized or are already monetized, and your content is deemed unworthy, then they can literally just delete your account. And they also have this new, what the hell do they call it? Video uploader that they're pushing you to use. And the fact that they're pushing me to use it, well, normally I wouldn't mind. But the problem is that that uploader does not have the ability to do multiple videos at once. Sometimes, when I do my videos, I do them in parts, like I did on Saturday, where I did part 1 and part 2 because I needed to take a lunch break. And the new uploader makes me have to wait until one video is done before I start uploading another one. Well, normally that would be no problem at all. I just do my upload of one video and then move on to the next one, except for this huge problem. The upload speed at the place I am living is slow, and it is also the only internet that reaches out where I live, which means I have no ability to get a competitor's internet and get a better upload speed. Which also means that my uploading during the day will cause devastation to my family's use of the internet during the day. Oh, this could be bad, or it could not be. It turned out to go quite well. I'm pleased with that effect. Anyway, the upload speed is slow, and I have no other option for my uploading. So, I need to be able to do multiple videos at once. That and the ability to copy and paste my tags is easy.
The Hester insufferable. Honestly, they're so smart. Why can't they stop leaking their stuff all over the place? Don't drop me in there, by the way. Stuff's impossible to wash off.
Okay, let's try and see if I can find... Aha! There we go. The light. Ooh, a ceremonial chest. I like that ceremonial chest. Oh, yeah. Let's put on the Keeper's garb. Okay, now I'm disguised. The Sench Tigers are going to not leave me alone because they can smell me. But the Dominion would leave me alone if the stupid freaking tiger had left me alone, which it hadn't. Like a brat, it decided to attack me. Alright, that's where I'm trying to go, and that's where I'm going next. /G1 space. Hey. Cool. I have a piece of mail. Once I can manage to get myself out of the wasp's nest of trouble I have wandered into. Now the site is going still that way. I'll see where it leads next. I am disliking the fact that this is consistently going right towards the enemies. Hey, stupid wasp, leave me alone! Leave me alone! I would type to my guildie that I would give it to them in whisper if I wasn't stuck in combat with you. That makes it so that you can just kill things with your light attacks. Okay, cool. Alright. So now I've got this chest open. And there's the next light. I actually am kind of under a time crunch here. Eventually these lights do disappear, and you have to find the breach all over again and hunt them down. So I thought I was going to reply to my guildmate who just wanted the stuff, but had to type and typed in a different guild than this one, that I will actually give her the painting free, just like Velves would have. And then all would be well. But I have to do this before my time runs out. Okay, good. Dense earth. Now, I can wait for that to be done.
Crystal fragments. Oof. This is an odd one, mate.
Thank you.
It's here, but it's also somewhere else. Several
And I
others somewhere
sold
else. In
the
fact,
iron
don't
great
think about it
sword
too hard.
of shock.
Bad for your meat brain.
So, okay. To at Madame. Ah, good. It makes it easier for her. Yeah. Yes, I want you to send it to her. Since for you, I figured you'd like to have this, since you would have gotten it first. Nah, let's just put, I figured you would like to have this. Enjoy. The truth is, I'm not terribly attached to having things. I think it's cool. And shout out to the person watching me right now. Okay, so let's pull up the map and see where, well, I know there's one in Bankarai. It's like right around here. The shrine, secret shrine by Pellin's church. The tear in the Pellin graveyard. And I've apparently been out to Evermore before. Oh yes, I remember now. I was out in Evermore because I was click on her name. My pleasure. Alright, so now it's off to a way shrine, and since I conveniently have the, oh look, there's a book up there. There we go. That Kaguri is now dead, and it gave me some ichor. Fish! Come on. Give me the ability to harvest these fish, man. It looks like the fisherman got killed by the Kaguri. Lodina Arathi. Sounds like we're taking a quest from a young Dunmer lady. If we were taking a quest from her, which we're not. This is called Zook, an old alien ruin. Apparently the aliens once lived out in the Black Marsh. This is Shadowfen, which is the northernmost area of the Black Marsh. Whoa.
Visitor?
Person just popped out of the ground. Venomous Fens, Way Shrine, and these are the Weeping Wamasu Falls. Chimera Syndicate is out here, selling their wares, and I am looking at a shallow pool. I have the ability to make wooden objects. White Strake's Retribution. Let's see what this set is. White Strake's Bow. Maximum health, armor, health recovery, and when you take damage while under 30% health, you gain a damage shield that absorbs 5k 880 for 8 seconds, and the effect can occur every 15 seconds. So, it has a chance to proc, and it'll have a downtime of 7 seconds. So, make sure that you have your health topped off for those 7 seconds. I was thinking of something else. Oh yes, the aliens, and the fact that they used to live here. It always surprises me in how many different disparate places the aliens made their home. It kind of makes me wonder just how vast their kingdom was. It doesn't surprise me the fact that they fell if what King Lalorian Dinar says is true, that they were slavers, much like the High Elves and the Chimer and the Dunmer were, until the Dunmer recently changed in light of the Ebonheart Pact. The fact that they were slavers means that, well, the people that they enslaved got angry with them, as people who are enslaved often do. And as a result, that whole race ended up collapsing due to rebellions from the slaves. Honestly, my solution? Just don't ever enslave people in the first place. Honestly, you could probably just ask them nicely and get them to cooperate with you. Particularly if you're offering good conditions like solid pay and health benefits and stuff like that. Sure, it makes your ventures less profitable, but hey, if actually in the long run, it makes them more profitable because your people remain loyal to you and they stay. And if the company ends up in trouble, they will help out and try and solve the problem that's making the company in trouble. Whereas if you've got people who work for slave wages, or people who are actually slaves and don't get paid at all, then you've got a population of people with you who are angry at the company and will try to sabotage it in any possible way that they can. Which is bad news bear for you. Ah yes, the Bandit Brigand. Those two on top of that hill. Easy to reach from this side, probably not so much from the other. And I noticed there was a person viewing me a couple minutes ago, but they stopped, and I have a bunch of dumbass skeletons attacking me. Really? You assholes couldn't leave me the hell alone. Stupid skeletons. Oh good, someone's coming through and they're gonna kill the skeletons. That means that I do not have to. And I can go back to opening up this chest and potentially obtaining good gear. The Psijic portals have better gear, but they're also harder to find. I imagine nearly everybody has the Somerset expansion by now, although I do occasionally see people without it. And as a result, yep, the Ring of the Night Mother. Oh, that's so much better than what I have. Night Mother's Embrace set. I'm gonna replace the level 4 Undertaker's Ring. Oh, how cute. I'll put the food in the bank, the food patterns in the bank, and see exactly what happens with them. If my characters who craft need them or anything.
Another graveyard? All kinds of treasure tucked away in the dirt here, mate. We could find that staff piece, sure, but would you rather dig up an old pelvis? No? Hey, you're lost.
Apparently, the augur likes bones. An old pelvis, you say, as treasure. And for some reason, I'm going to use this healing potion as a way to escape these dumb skeletons who are getting in my way. For some reason, it doesn't really... Actually, I lost my train of thought. I got too busy being angry with the dumb skeletons who were trying to kill me. Stupid murderous remains. Why couldn't they just stay in the ground? I mean, we put them there for heaven's sake. Why couldn't they just stay there? It's warm, it's dark, it's easy to sleep. But I suppose if a necromancer wandered by and dragged you out of the dirt, you'd find it kind of hard to sleep now, wouldn't you? Oh cool, the Viridian Woods have been discovered. Oh, awesome! The dense earth.
Well, it's the adamantine shard. Have a care where you drop that thing, eh? This bag's stuffed as it is.
Alright, missed call from an 800 number. They didn't leave a message, so I can just ignore them. And this is about the general area where the vampire shrine is. So, the fragment near Lecky's blade. All I have to do is ride up to a way shrine and then way shrine over to the Alakir. See, this is the advantage of doing the Psijic quests. Actually, I was wrong. The person did leave a message. That's all the bleeping on my phone. It tells me when I have messages on voicemail and email and such. Actually, mostly on voicemail. I've configured it not to do that anymore. Alright, there's the tear near Lecky's blade. There's the Kuatl Mines way shrine. I think I'll do that one, the Kuatl Mines. I am now watching a young cat sniff the ground, as if attempting to see whether or not she is permitted to urinate and defecate there. Or she might not be thinking that at all. She might just be investigating the scent that is left behind there. She has defecated there before, by the way. There being underneath the table, which is next to my bed. I was still having trouble potty training her. Though I have discovered that she will pee and poo on towels, which are highly washable. Far more washable than the floor, as a matter of fact. Okay. Up here, I could technically go just straight off to find the breach. But I'm going to find me a sky shard, which will give me a skill point. And there's also a lore book over here. And a nice little flavor book about a young lady who was about to be married to a black widower when she prayed and was like, hey, this guy, no one in the town can touch him because there's no evidence and he's super rich, but all of his young brides end up dead. Can you help me with this? And her dad had already promised her to him. She was like, well, I didn't want to marry him, but I can't really say no because that's not the custom that allows that in the Red Guard culture. In any case, when she discovered that she had to marry him, she was scared because, well, his wives all ended up dead with no evidence to say that he had killed them, so no one could prosecute him. And she prayed. And they gave her, the entities that she prayed to, gave her a blessed dagger and told her, always keep this dagger with you and you'll be perfectly safe. And so she actually had a long, happy marriage with him because he knew about the sacred dagger she had in her possession and knew that if he attempted to kill her, she would put up a fight.
The ruins of Lecky's Blade really gets you thinking, eh? About mortality, long, slow march of time, the grim inevitability of death, decay, obscurity. Woo! But I don't have to worry about that.
The auger really is funny. Hey, what part of I hit the Q button did you miss? Oh, you're just lagging. Okay. Well, as a good luck would have it, I now have 3 fragments of the 4 fragments of the Staff of Towers I am supposed to find. So, this particular video is almost complete. A chest and a book out there await. Near Sep's spine in the Alikir Desert. Oh look, Battle of Glenumbra Moors. Apparently it's a song they sang with kids, but not necessarily to kids. Okay. Off a hunting for a fragment of the Staff of Towers I go. There appears to be some Molagbalian enemies dropping in. Seducer, Menders, and Flame Atronox. Now, where in the world is that freaking staff fragment? There it is. It's just a little bit outside the circle of hunting that is marked on the map. There we go.
The Orichalk fragment. I don't know much about the Orichalk Tower anymore, but it was always my favorite. I love ugly, sunken, long-forgotten things.
That's an interesting fascination, bro. Is it just me, or does it seem like there's been poop recently? Maybe that's my own misperception, born out of mistrust and prior experience. Aww. The dog's 2 humans died. Well, there's a person nearby, and that person always makes sure that that dog is cared for. Even though the humans that normally live with that dog are gone, he is not a forgotten dog. Not at all. That would be the ritual way shrine, which I'm going to discover simply because I can. Even though it is going to kind of be... Fine, I'll kill you, stupid scorpion. There. Oh, you even had the courtesy to give me loot before I collected this imp stool. G1 space. You put it in your house for display. Someone in guild just asked what you do with a museum piece. If it says it's a house item. Yeah, if it's a house item, you can just send it off to one of your houses and display it there. But if it's one of those gray museum pieces, then you actually have to collect the others of the set. I would suggest looking up other members of that set online so that you can know for certain exactly what it is you're looking for. And maybe someone's already posted the locations of it. That way you can find them. Alrighty then. It is nearing the end of our lovely time together. At least for now, maybe for later too. Armhide Copse of Mana. There's the Iron Axe, Maple Ice Staff, and the Undertaker's Ring. I really do need to bring my main character over here so that she can look for Psijic portals too. Psijic portals are a wonderful thing. Great way to get loot. And she's a crafter, so I can have her discover traits that I don't know on any of my characters yet. You know, I used to think one character was my crafting mule, but then I realized I've been splitting crafting among all of my characters. I've been having my leather wearer make the leather goods, my clothies make the cloth goods, and my tank make tanking goods.
Welcome back, Initiate. I see you have recovered all the staff fragments. Such a collection of artifacts. It is difficult
Yep,
to
all
miss.
4 of them are here.
Excellent. I will find a safe place for them here in the Tapora Tower. 4 less artifacts in the world eases my mind considerably. Once we find the remaining 4 fragments, our task will be complete.
And where are the 4 left?
Regrettably, we have not located them yet. Our scryers discovered the first 4 by studying the collision of tonal waves. The Psijic seals you placed in Tamriel provided information that was vital to this pursuit.
So I need to place more Psijic seals to discover the remaining fragments.
Exactly. Each time breach you seal brings us closer to recovering the remaining fragments. I knew you would be an asset to the Order, but you have exceeded even my expectations. You are clearly prepared for greater things. Take this, and my thanks.
Well, thank you, and you're welcome.
Are you ready for another journey to Tamriel, Initiate?
Yes.
Another cluster of time breaches appeared in the Wood Elves'
Oh, God, I
homeland.
hit level 15.
We need you to seal these breaches, just as you did before. Josaja will provide the tools you need. May I ask another favor?
Yeah,
of you?
naturally. What do you need?
Please, just take a moment and discuss this matter of the staff with Josaja. I fear that she still resents my decision to lock the fragments away. She suffered a trauma. The promise of this staff could create an unwelcome distraction.
You know, I'll do that. Hey, computer, realize that I have done something. Oh my god. Sometimes this thing is so just stubborn. Okay, cool. Now I can pick me a bow. Claim. Claim, you idiot. Yes, I know I don't have a pending reward. I also have an immense level of frustration at how fucking slow you are. Life Mender increases my healing. Done. Now let's see. Bow. Oh look, I have 4 skill points. I pick Ranger. Oh dear. I pick Guild. I don't have any specialized things at level 4 except for Spell Orb. Might pick. Actually, I've got Ranger, Earth, and Heart. I haven't decided whether I want to wear Magma Armor just yet. I'm going to look at Draconic Power, discover that at 17 I can almost use Dragon Blood. Let's look at Ardent Flame. At level 16, I can almost use that, and I have 2 skill points left. Alright, head markings. The face imprint of the Psijic Order. Let's see how... E. Set active, you idiot. Or maybe not. It's not as if it's really gonna look that good on her anyway. Yeah, I figured that's what was gonna happen. I just got disconnected. Yes, log in, please. I would like to pick up my next quest and unlock my weapon and all that fun stuff before I actually log off. Now, this doesn't usually happen to me during the daytime. That is actually part of what is making me so angry, is the fact that I am unaccustomed to the internet being this stupid during the day. Come on. You are being a slowpoke. Consumables. Let's open the unidentified Somerset weapon and get a one-handed mace. Yes, I'm going to take the one-handed mace and I'm going to equip the Prophet's bow. And since that's the only bow I've been able to get, I'm also going to charge my old one from level 9. Now, in case I accidentally hit the tilde key, let's do that one as my major brutality. Let's volley. This is gonna be my AoE section. I don't do dual wield. I do want to buy Windwalker though. And I don't want to buy Magma Armor. What I want to do Alright, there's Dragon Leap. Let's take a look at... I've got igneous weapons on this bar. I've got... Oh yes, talent. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing for me to have. I can stop people from even reaching me in the first place. Armor. I have... I'd love to get that. Let's soul map. I haven't done anything. Yeah. I haven't bought my point and spell orb because the server was DCing before then. Alright. Cool. This is my single target bar. This is my multi-target bar. Huh. I wonder if time stop would be valuable to me. This is time at the gradual movement speed is in the area during the channel before finally stunning them in place for 3 seconds when the channel no. There's one version where it completes instantly, but does not work. For somehow it doesn't work as well. I don't remember exactly how. And then there's the other version where once it actually completes, you get a negation shield on them. Alright, let's look at everything else. I'm not a person. With arrow just meter. I do believe that choking talons works perfectly fine for this, particularly since others on it. One dealing a small amount of physical damage to enemies in front of you, and poison arrow. Shoot an arrow coated in Bandari poison at an enemy, dealing a small amount of poison damage and an additional tick of more poison damage over 10 seconds. Now, if I remember correctly, twins, either some of the dual wield line for dual wielding small weapons actually gives you look at magma armor here. Ignite the molten lava in your veins, limiting incoming damage to 3% of your max health and doing flame damage. You know what? Gives me a bit more survivability on this character, which it definitely needs. I need survivability big time. Come on. Do the sprinty thing. Do the sprinty thing. And talk to having
It's good to see you again, Initiate. The Lore Master told you about the breaches in Valenwood, right? I have your equipment here. fine. I wish that he'd stop, I don't know, hovering. I won't lie to you. I'm disappointed that we won't have the opportunity to study the staff and its time-distorting properties. But that's ultimately his decision. I will abide by it.
Might be.
He's referring to my family's fall, no doubt. My family dealt in trade, ferrying goods from Sentinel to remote Imperial holdings. My father was always selective when it came to contracts. My brother, Afar, never took those lessons to heart. Yes, a disastrous deal. Shortly after I left, the Longhouse Emperor Leovic put out a call for an Alakiri trader to transport a shipment of arms across the desert. Afar leapt at the opportunity. He used our entire estate as collateral.
God.
Exactly what you'd think. The caravan was waylaid by bandits, and the Empire seized our lands, our businesses, everything. My family fell into abject poverty. Some turned to begging, theft, or worse. So, now you know. You should get going.
I'm sorry. Does so bad. He could do something that involves time travel. God. So I'm gonna over at like hold up. I do devate wood from elsewhere. There was the line up the crowd. Actually, what I'm doing to that tomorrow, what it's to be run place called Ride Other doesn't and would in and then anywhere when you enter you kind of and take a bunch of pain particularly own quest was that, and he really liked to do things in order. Imagine fleet just they have, but I'm kind of fastidious about that. That's a story.
Sad to say.
I don't think it's difference in your guys' culture versus my dog. So I have Alright. The way off. Thank you very hit the Windows key. Hey, that's not what I want. Menu. Now let's stop